Hello, everyone. Welcome to another refreshing episode of my podcast, Women in Motion. Today, I have the exciting pleasure of interviewing Casey. Casey is the owner of Teriyaki Grill. They have two locations, one in Chula Vista and one in the Poway area, but I'll definitely let her share some more about her business and inspiration. We have a few questions prepared for you. So, hi, Casey. How's it going?
Good. Hi, Liane. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing great. Thank you for accepting my invitation. It's definitely going to be a great chat, so I'm looking forward to it.
I am also as well.
So, Casey, what inspired you to open Teriyaki Grill?
You know, I love to cook and I love to cook for other people. And my idea of opening a restaurant was not supposed to be anything glorifying. It was like very mom and pop. That was always the concept that I wanted to do. I wanted to be more inviting. So what inspired me is people that I love to, that's who I love to cook for, just people. Like, my interpretation of cooking, home cooked meals.
Nice, wholesome, and good ingredients. I myself have been there
Yes.
before, so
Yeah.
always love how you keep your menu very, I guess, seasonal and rotating and inspirational in itself as well.
That's the reason why I don't have my menu laminated, because I feel like I'm so I'm sorry about that. I change our menu periodically, not weekly or monthly, but once in a while I just like, okay, we need to add some more things to the menu. And it is not planned, but it's just very random at time when I feel inspired. Uh I try to keep everything, the concept of grilling, our main our main equipment in my restaurant, the heart and soul of the restaurant is the grill.
Ah, okay.
So if we can't grill it, it won't be on the menu. I mean, we grill down to our veggies as well. We grill our kabocha. We grill everything. So if we can grill it, then we'll put it on the menu. I mean, there's some item on the menu that doesn't require grilling, like the mussels. That's a lot of that's the stir fry we use to wok. We also have the chapshe, which is the green spinach noodles. And but we accompany, like the chapshe, we accompany it with protein, like grilled protein, like chicken, salmon. So that's my concept is, if we can't grill it, then we won't put it on the menu.
Got it. That definitely is a good baseline concept. And I think grilling has an advantage because you bring a lot of like heat and chi, or we say like vital energy to the food itself when it's like passed over the flame. So I think that like grilling in itself is unique in that aspect. You put like the energy into the food, really, the fire energy.
Yes. What I heard was grilling is the hardest technique in the culinary industry. They always, like, when they go to culinary school, it's actually the last thing that they learned is grilling.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, and so it's when it comes to grilling, I can't say my technique is the best one. Everyone has their own unique style. And over the 13 years I've owned the business, and I've trained numerous people on the grill, I never tell them you got to do it this way, my way. It's always, I'm going to show you the basic, understand your heat, and then you take off with your own style. And so every griller of mine have their own style. And that's what I love about grilling. It's because when you enjoy what you do, especially grilling, you start to be very creative with it. And we grill with very bare minimal, meaning the only two item on the menu that are marinated that we grill is actually three, is the banh mi, the chop, which is your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the three that's marinated. But other than that, all the meat, like the chicken, the beef, and the salmon, we don't marinate it.
Oh, I
The
see.
flavor actually comes from the grill.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. And we don't pre-cook anything. So as the meat in itself raw, and we just throw it on the grill and we grill it from like that. And for 13 years, this restaurant has never had a microwave. We don't microwave anything.
Even better.
Yeah, we don't have heat lamp, we don't have microwave.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Earlier, Casey, just to recap on the video, you're saying the three dishes. The chop I remember, but there was a little pause in the video. So you
Okay.
said there's, if you don't mind to recap, was it the beef, the chop, and the third dish that is
The bulgogi meat is
uh-huh.
marinated, the
Okay.
chop is marinated,
Mhm.
and the banh mi meat.
Ah, okay, perfect. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you for reviewing that. And then I guess go ahead.
No, of course. I don't mind
Um,
repeating it.
okay, thank you. So, speaking of the chop, and did you have, as you mentioned, it's one of my favorite dishes at Teriyaki Grill. Can you tell us some more about it, like the concept? Did you have any particular inspiration, or I know it's a pretty popular dish on the menu.
It's actually not a
It's
popular
not
dish on the menu.
it's not for me. So,
no. Actually,
fun,
it's a
but
very it's a hidden gem in the
okay.
menu.
Mhm.
A lot of people have this misconception of pork chop being dry,
Uh-huh.
and our pork chop is not dry at all, because not only do I marinate the pork chop, but I ferment it.
Oh, okay.
So it breaks down the meat. So it's actually very soft and juicy.
Mm-hmm.
But when we grill it, we don't have to grill it too long.
Mm-hmm.
So the meat will cook really fast because fermented. It's fermented, you know, and the flavor is just all in there. That's why you love it, because it's juicy and it's soft and it's so flavorful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a lot of customer order that chop.
Okay.
They don't. Not a lot of people like pork, maybe, but at the same time,
Okay.
they just feel like pork chop is dry. But
Mm.
when they do give it a try, they always want it again and again and again. And it's actually one of my favorite dish. That's why it's on the menu. It's
Ah.
when I was young, it was actually a weekend dish. My mom wouldn't make it unless it's Saturday or Sunday. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, she does the same thing like I do. Of course, I have my own twist to it, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I love the smell of lemongrass when it's marinated into the meat and it's grilling over open flame fire. That aroma, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Definitely great. I myself do like lemongrass quite a bit. That's probably why I'm drawn to the chop
Yeah,
and
and it's so savory, the meat, because it's been
Mhm.
marinated for so long, you know, and it just penetrates in there. It's just such a savory type of dish, and you top it up with like a sunny side up egg. Oh my God, right?
even better. It's
And then you
like
drizzle a little bit of the fish sauce on it. Oh, yeah.
A plus plus
Yes, yes, yes.
for
Yeah,
sure. Thank you
yeah.
for your insight on
And
that.
I can understand why you love it.
It's definitely a good one. Like you said, a hidden gem. And so, but hopefully more people discover that gem and also all the other fun items that they can find
Yeah.
on your website.
Yes, thank
So
you.
absolutely. But speaking of like dishes and expanding out to more dishes, what are some of your favorite dishes? You mentioned the chop. Anything else we didn't mention and that you'd
Yes.
recommend to like first time customers?
Um, our Steve steak sandwich is
Okay.
very unique.
Mm-hmm.
We use beef tenderloin prime, so almost like a filet mignon cut.
Mm-hmm.
Is a very soft meat, and we cook it medium rare, and we slice it very thin, and then we put it in a chimichurri sauce. and we just tossed it in with fresh cilantro. And then we toast our tortas with our own homemade butter
Ooh.
bread. So we're toasting it, right? And then once the bread is toasted, we put that meat on there and we cut it in half, and this gooey, like medium rare chimichurri steak is just oozing out of the sandwich. You eat it and all the juices coming out, and then you have the French fries that you can eat with it. Highly recommended.
Okay, I may have to try that next time I'm there.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds so good.
It's delicious. It's top quality meat for sure.
Mhm.
And going with that sandwich, I would start off with a Mishishiko taco. Mishishiko
Okay.
taco is a seared tuna taco. It actually won the most unique taco in 2016. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the most unique taco 2016. And we were competing for, I think, 2016, we won the most innovative taco. So I would highly recommend that. It has wasabi creme
Okay.
with shredded cabbage,
Mhm.
very thinly sliced seared tuna on it, and we drizzle it with ponzu, topping it with garlic aioli,
Ooh.
what is it? Highware, which is microgreens on top. And
Oh.
it's a street taco. It's delicious. It's a
Mhm.
great starter. And then when we first opened the restaurant, my favorite dish was the tuna ceviche.
Oh.
This is before poke got really popular, but
Mhm.
you know, I made this tuna ceviche. It was just raw tuna over a bed of onion and cucumber, and I drizzle with all my special sauce, and I top it with a habanero sauce. So it's spicy, citrusy, hint of sweetness, a hint of saltiness, and then you eat it with the wonton chips. It's also
Ooh.
delicious. Yeah.
Can imagine. Can't recall. I might have tried it before, but just the whole like as you're describing it, that's what's going on in my head is you can see the whole like spectrum of flavors. Definitely very
Yeah.
flavorful.
And that's what makes this place so unique. There's no item that is the same flavor as another. Each item on the menu are completely different. Like the chop is totally different from the steak sandwich.
Mhm.
The seared tuna taco is totally different from our steak taco, and we also have a steak taco. Yeah, and then our chopped spinach noodle is totally different than our teriyaki, but yet our name is teriyaki. I know.
It works though. It gets a message across. I mean, it's
Well,
definitely always a welcoming place.
yeah, when I first opened the restaurant, Liane, I didn't have all this idea of what I'm gonna put on the menu. I
Mhm.
started off with, I kid you not, maybe, how can I say, like this size of a menu.
Like maybe
That's
half a
it.
sheet or
Yeah,
yeah,
just
half a
half
sheet.
a sheet of a regular menu. And it
Mhm.
was bowls and bento and egg rolls. That was it.
Mhm.
Then we literally, like the first year, we barely have any customers. And we're like, what are we to do to bring customers in? And I start to become creative, and I start making up all these items as I go. So the menu that I designed for this restaurant is not because I had cooked at other restaurant and I took it with me. No, it's actually
Mhm.
created here at this restaurant. That's why it's so unique. We can't go anywhere and get the same thing that it is here.
So true. Definitely very shows how brilliant you are, Casey. And so I definitely look up to you for that. So inspirational.
No, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Liane. And I think it all comes with trial and error.
Mhm.
Being a chef, you are very vulnerable.
Mhm.
And you have to cook within your true self. If
Mhm.
you're going after or seeking for others' approval, then you're not really cooking through your true self.
Mhm.
And it becomes very dreary when that
Mhm.
happens. And it happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of self-doubt when I started this business. I wasn't sure if my food was good enough. And so I was holding back on coming out with new items on the menu. And then I was like, I'm just gonna have to do it. Either that, I'm not gonna be surviving from just selling teriyaki all day. So I took a leap of faith, and having the confidence that, I could be able to come up with dishes that people are gonna love because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I cook it truly from my heart. So that's where it had taken me 13 years after, and I'm still doing it. Yeah.
That's great. Great to hear the progression of the dishes and your, I guess, evolution as a chef, I want to say. So so awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Liane. Thank you. And we have such loyal customer base that has been supporting us, and over time and time again, we come up with crazy ideas, crazy menu items, and they still come out and support us, and I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed.
Great.
Yeah. And that's, if any of my my friends or my colleagues or anyone that asks me, like, what would be one advice that I would give to people? And do what you love. And do what you love, meaning like do it from the bottom of your heart. And if you see yourself like, I'm not happy doing what I'm doing, don't do it. And that's where the passion comes. Gotta do what you love.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're using your heart as your guiding compass and going in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, just really question yourself, like, what am I really aiming for? Prestige, notoriety, or just for the caring, for the love of food, for like me, for the love of food, for the fact that I love cooking for other people. Everything else will follow. So success will that.
Definitely continue to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Casey.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And then in wrapping up with our last question, how can our audience members connect with you if they would like to do so? Maybe like website or social media that I'll definitely include in the podcast / episode link information.
Thank you for asking, Liane. You guys can always look us up at Grill on 3rd. That's our website with all our pictures. We are located in the heart of Chula Vista, the old Chula Vista, which is 380 3rd Avenue. Our place is called Teriyaki Grill. You also can find us on IG, t.grill.
Perfect.
Yes.
Definitely. We'll definitely share that with the audience. And thank you so much again for taking time out of your day, Casey. It was a pleasure chatting with you. I look forward to keeping in touch.
Thank you, Liane. Thank you for the opportunity. I greatly appreciate it. You have a great night.
You're welcome. You too. Bye.
Bye, Liane.
Bye, Casey.